After a year of waiting, it's here. Let's take a look at Hasbro's X-Men 97 Sentinel. Is it worth the wait? Let's find out. Alright, so here we are. And this thing's so huge, it doesn't even fit in my setup, so I had to jerry-rig a new setup over here in my office. But yeah, anyway, let's get this thing open. There he is. Boom. There we go. Alright, let's take a look. So this review might be a little difficult just from the sheer size of this guy, but here's the box. And here's the whole cast, X-Men 97. Alright, let's get this guy open. Alright, so here he is. And yeah, he's a big boy. This was very difficult. I can't even fit them all in the shot. But so that's the figure, and comes with an alternate faceplate. So we got some damaged faceplate. Oh, a damaged dome headpiece with damaged, guessing it's the chest right there, and then a damaged version of that as well. Yep. This comes with laser effect, big one, smaller laser effect, two small blast effects, and two big blast effects. Alright, let's take a look at the figure. Alright, so let's go over his articulation. Hopefully I'm in frame here. So, starting off with his head, we got this piece that's removable, and his faceplate removable as well. You can swap it out for the damaged version, as you can see here. There you go. And he's got that much forward, that much down. Pretty good. You can look down at the mutants. Side, some tilt, pretty good. Ab crunch, let's see. Oh, he's got some. Basically, not too much forward. So arms, about that much out. T-pose. Can't go anymore. Heavy detents, as you can hear. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. About 90. Yeah. Wrist hinge and swivel, and then each finger has articulation as well. So it's got a thumb hinge here, like a butterfly, but for the thumb, and then a hinge and swivel on each individual joint. So not bad. Get them, and they're pretty solid. You could probably hold a figure in that. Well, test it out later. So he's got twist as well. All right, now for the legs, you got that much forward, not too much back, that much bend at the knee. Can't keep it in, but almost. Side swivel, and then ankles. Oh, these are. They're on some heavy detents, which is good, so we can stand, but not too much forward or back. And a little bit of rocker. Enough to make them pose. And a little bit of boot swivel as well, with some detents. And yeah, that's about it for posability. Okay, let's see how he stands. Well, not too bad. Yeah, alright, let's see him in action. I forgot to show how wide his legs kick, so that's the Glenn Webb. If y'all know about that, y'all remember him, rest in peace. That's how far he can do the splits. Alright, let's test out these effects. So, I'm guessing going like this, and boom, they just pop in pretty easily, pretty simple. Now you got them blasting, just like that. I'll just add this too. There you go. Here's the bigger effect and the smaller blast. It's pretty good. One more thing, he has peg holes on his feet, so you can put the effects on his feet, make him look like he's blasting off as well. There you go. You're gonna need a really strong arm to hold them up like this though. It's pretty heavy. But yeah, you have them. Alright, let's see how he measures up. So, Sentinel is about 22.5 inches tall and about 11.5 inches wide. Alright, let's see how he compares against some other figures. Of course, we gotta start it off with some X-Men. So here is how he scales with Professor X, Nightcrawler, and Wolverine from Marvel Legends. Here's how he scales against some other X-Men, against Magneto, Cyclops, Rogue, and Jean Grey. Here's how he scales against movie Deadpool, Wolverine, and Colossus. Here's how he scales against a bigger Marvel Legends figure. We got Juggernaut, Red Hulk, and then we got Gamerverse Spider-Man in the middle. Alright, now let's see how he scales against non-Marvel Legends figures. Here we have an old Toy Biz Captain America and a Mafex The Amazing Spider-Man. Here's how he looks with two of other Hasbro lines. Here we got Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe Classified and Clone Trooper from Star Wars The Black Series. Here's how he scales with Jada Toys Fei Long and Spin Masters Mr. Terrific. Here's how he scales against Amazing Yamaguchi One Punch Man and SH Figuarts Body Kun Blank Body. Here's how he compares to a 7-inch scale figure. We got the McFarlane Batman and NECA's Officer K. So, still looks pretty good even with 7-inch scale figures, I think. Here is how he scales against Diamond Select Thanos and Invincible. And if you collect 3 3/4 inch figures, here is how he scales with Boba Fett and Mandalorian from Hasbro's The Vintage Collection. And you know what, just for fun, here's how he scales with Homer Simpson and Gumby. Here's how he scales with 1/6 figure, Hot Toys The Mandalorian. And lastly, here's how he scales with the old Toy Biz 18-inch Spider-Man. Well, I think it's 18-inch. But this was my previous biggest figure I owned. It has now been dethroned by the Sentinel, who is my new biggest figure in my collection. So, my final thoughts. Is this figure worth it? For the price? Yeah, I think so. When you compare it to the HasLab Sentinel, yeah, you get less accessories and detail, but you know, if you're a casual X-Men fan like me who really enjoyed the show, I think this was worth the price. You know, just for the sheer size alone. Is it bigger than the other figures? No, but sometimes you don't need that big of a figure, you know. This is just the right size. It's plenty big still, you know. Also, I'm not a size perfectionist or whatever scale perfectionist, so for me this was worth the price. And it just looks really good. It's got a presence on the shelf, so I recommend it. I approve, and it's just fun. It's still fun to pose here, as you can see. You know, for the crossovers and stuff. Wish I would have got another one, but you know, with some movie magic, I can always duplicate it, and Photoshop skills and all that. So, yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.